Well, hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody is doing good on this cold winter day in February. It's cold down here. It's about 25 degrees right now. It's about 7:30 at my time here in South Carolina. So yeah, it's a little cold. Apologize for not having a video so soon. It's been a while since I did one. I've been busy with my business, other things, but I decided I'd take some time and do a couple of more. This one's probably going to be a 2-part, 3-part, maybe 4-part series. I think one of the biggest things sometimes that causes us anxiety and panic and even depression is not knowing the right, proper view of God and not knowing how God views us. Especially that last one, not knowing how God views us, how He thinks about us. What does God think about us? What's His thoughts towards us? And so today, what I want to do, I try to look at the camera as much as possible, but today I'm just going to be reading a bunch of scriptures. I've got it on my notebook here. And so if I'm looking away from the camera, I apologize. I will try to look up as much as possible. But I want to read these, and I want to start out by saying the Bible's got a lot to say about what God thinks of us, how He views us as His children, and even if you're not His child, He loves you unconditionally. He wants you to come to Him. That last video, if you watch it, it's called Peace. The key to overcoming anxiety and panic attacks. That will explain a bit more to you how to become a relationship with Jesus Christ and have God as your Father. But even if you don't know Him quite yet, if you're not that far along, He still loves you. He's crazy about you. He's madly in love with you. And He wants you to know Him. He wants you to. He wants to have a relationship, an intimate relationship. And we'll get to that in a little bit. I'm going to put my glasses on. I usually don't because there's a glare on the screen if I look up at the camera, but I'm reading a lot. So let's get started. My first scripture is out of 1 John chapter 4, verse 18. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves punishment. And the one who fears is not perfected in love. By the way, just to let you know, I'll be reading from the New American Standard Version of the Bible. That's the version that I chose to have these verses from. I think it's a very good translation, even better than the King James Bible itself. I don't want to get into it, but I'm not a King James only person, and I used to be, but I will not go back there again because I believe it's wrong to think that way. But I'm not getting into that. But there's no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. The one who fears is not perfected in love. When we understand God's love for us and how much He loves us, and we can trust Him, then it causes us not to fear. When we get to know God, we really get to know God in a heart matter, and also in an experiential way, then it drives away all fear, because we know that He's for us, He's not against us, He loves us unconditionally, and there's nothing. Listen to me. I want you to listen to me very carefully. There's nothing you could ever do, ever. I don't care what it is. I don't care what sin it is. There's nothing you could ever do that would change God's love for you. He loves you the same no matter how good you are or no matter how bad you are. He does not change His love based on your performance. God is not into performance. He's into relationship. So let me read some of these verses, starting in the book of Psalms. Actually, let me go back to the garden, the very beginning. I told you before that God created man in His own image. That's cool because, we have a part of God in us. We are We are like God, we're in the image of God, and we are like God. In the fact that we have emotions, we have knowledge, and we have a will. You know, but we also have, we just have a part of God in us, a living soul. When He created man, get this, man was the only thing that God breathed into His nostrils and created a living soul. I want to say this firmly, but compassionately. Animals do not have souls. When they die, that's it. They go back to dust and they don't have a soul. There's a lot of debate out there about that, but animals do not have souls. God breathed into man a living soul. So we have a part of God in us. So for God to get down and do all that He did with man, create man and form him and mold him, and then breathe in me, I'm part of God Himself. That tells me right there, in a nutshell right there, that tells me enough that He loves mankind. Even after He fell, He still loves mankind because He created mankind. You don't hate something you create. You don't want to destroy something you create. You love it. You cherish it. That's the way God is with us. Alright, Psalm, I love this psalm. I absolutely love this psalm. Psalm 139. Listen to the intimate wording that God uses in Psalm 139. Listen to this. This is intimate communication. This is intimate language. What I'm trying to say. Intimate language. Listen to this. Psalm 139, 1 through 6 and 13 through 18. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You understand my thoughts from afar. You scrutinize my path and my lying down and are intimately acquainted with all my ways. You see that word? Intimately acquainted, all my ways. Even before there was a word on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all. You have enclosed me behind and before and laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is too high. I cannot attain to it. You formed my inward parts. You wove me in my mother's womb. I will give thanks to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, and my soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret. Now listen to this. And skillfully wrought in the depths of the earth. Your eyes have seen my unformed substance, and in your book were written the days that were ordained for me, when as yet there were none of them. How precious also are your thoughts to me, O God. How vast is the sum of them. If I should count them, they would outnumber the sand. When I awake, I am still with you. Did you hear the intimate language he talks about there? Did you hear how he said, I wove you together in your mother's womb. I was there at conception. I saw you when you were conceived, and I knew what you would be like. Man, I tell you, that just... I can't help it right now. I'm about to burst with excitement. Because our God, the God that created this vast universe, the ginormous, huge God, wants something to do with me. He knew me before I was born. Wow. That just blows my mind. I can't fathom that. Listen to Jeremiah 29:11. It's the Old Testament. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare, not for calamity, to give you a future and a hope. Looks like my time's up right now. I try to keep these at least 10 minutes. So I will do another video in a few minutes. Until then, God bless and have a great day.